welcome everyone to Collab.Land Co-op Town Hall, our 14th edition. We are joined today on the Collab.Land side by Anjali and James Jung, both DAO officers for the Collab.Land Co-op, as well as co-founders of Abridge.io, the creators of Collab.Land. The mission of Collab.Land is to create and enable community tools that encourage pro-social activity, as well as enabling collaboration and positive community interactions. James and Anjali have been strong champions of this mission, and it is great to have them here, so welcome both.
Thanks, Phoebe.
GM.
Additionally, I Speak Nerd and Candy are joining the panel today, both amazing Collab.Land Comms team members focused on security, community, marketing, and magic. Welcome, you guys.
Thank you so much. Very excited to be here as always and talk about all the cool things going on with the Collab.Land Co-op.
GM, so happy to have you guys here for one more town hall. And just a couple of points to note before we kick off the conversation. We've got a PO-up for today, which will be distributed by the end of the call, and we'll be using the PO-up mini app to claim the PO-up. So that's happening by the end of the call. Just to quickly mention that. And with that, let's start with today's conversation. First, I would like to bring up the Collab.Land Co-op and the latest updates. So maybe James, can you tell us a little bit about what we are currently working on in regards to the Collab.Land Co-op?
Yes, thank you, Chibi. So I am actually getting back into coding a little bit here. So I'm super excited and looking to flex my curiosity here when it comes to using AI to help with development. And I'll tell everyone what we're up to. So with the Collab.Land DAO, we have this interesting mechanism that we are introducing so that those that have time locked tokens can actually use them for voting, even though they're locked. And so with that, it requires some front-end coding to make it easier for people to be able to initiate that mechanism so that they can actually signal that they want to use their time-locked tokens to be able to vote on. And instead of having them do a bunch of complicated things on Etherscan, what I'm going to do is write a very easy and simple front end so that we can make that happen. So without going into the technical details, that is something that I'm working on. Super excited to see how we can use AI tools for that. So we're going to do that, and that should be released shortly. I'm working with the Origami team to help answer those questions that I may have on that front end development, but look for an update shortly with regards to this front end. But this only applies to those that actually have time locked. So everyone in the community doesn't have that, but that's one of the things that we're waiting on, so that those that are part of the core team and others that have time locked token can actually be able to participate in voting. And I will talk about my experience as I go through it this week. I will talk about that actually next week. So also want to give a little plug or invitation to the AI plus Collab.Land research team meetup that's on Monday, June 5th at 12:30 p.m.
Awesome. Thank you so much. And super excited to attend the next AI plus Collab.Land research team meetup. I think they've been super interesting. So if anyone's interested or familiar with AI or wants to know what we're doing at Collab.Land with AI, you're all invited to join next Monday at 12:30 Eastern. Thank you, James.
If you check the stage
Yes.
chat right now, you can mark that you're interested in that event and RSVP and make sure that it's on your calendar and you can show up.
Awesome. Thank you, Nerd. And Nerd, actually, I know that there's a reminder that we wanted to give people regarding the Collab.Land Co-op and our delegate list. So maybe can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, definitely. The governance framework is up on our help docs if you guys haven't checked that out yet. So this is what we are building towards. The governance contract, the governor contract is in progress. We still have some dependencies that we're working on, but the framework is up on the help docs. You can check that out. If you are interested in being a delegate, in other words, being involved in the governance forums, be active in making your voice heard, participating in Collab.Land governance, you can add yourself to the delegate list, and that is on the governance forums. There, I'm dropping links in the stage chat if you haven't seen that yet. And you can reach out if you'd like to be added to the recommended delegates list that we're putting there. Again, anyone can add themselves as a delegate. Just make an account and post that information that's needed there. It's all in that Season 0 DAO governance delegates link, but you just need your handle, social profile link, ideally your Twitter, and a wallet address that you want Collab.Land delegated to. And this is going to go live, but what is it, 600? The parameters for the governor contract were based on the numbers from the end of the token claim. So I think it's 695,000 collab to create a proposal, and quorum is 1.3 million collab or so. And those numbers will be adjusted seasonally as more and more collab makes it out into the ecosystem. But again, all that stuff is in the help docs, that governance at Collab.Land help docs link that has all that information for the governance overview. Please take a look at that stuff. Share your feedback. Love to hear all the things that I forgot to put on there. Thanks.
Thank you, Nerd. Yeah, if anyone doesn't have the time to go through it right now, but wants to save it and review it in the future and have feedback to share with us, please do so in the chats. We'll always appreciate your feedback, and we are eager to read your comments. So thank you, Nerd. Again, you can find the links in the stage chat for both the AI event on Monday and what Nerd was just talking about for the delegate list, and also the help docs for Collab.Land's governance. So thank you guys for giving us those updates regarding the co-op. And now I want to jump to our next topic for today's town hall, and that is product updates. That's one of the most exciting things I want to hear about. And for this, maybe James, can you tell us what's Collab.Land working on? What are some of the core team updates that you can share with us today?
Yeah, thank you, Chibi. I'm going to dive into this, and I want everyone to know that the core team is really heads down and working hard. We have the marketplace that third parties can develop on top of Collab.Land and look at Collab.Land as a distribution channel. But that doesn't mean that in any way, shape, or form that we have taken a step back in terms of development. Actually, we have a lot more initiatives that we are building toward. And I want to give everyone here the alpha kind of first look in terms of what we as the core team are helping build out with Collab.Land. What we do is we provide the foundational tech that others can then build on top. So I want to break it down. There is a bunch of new products that we're in the process of developing, and I won't go into too much detail, but I will continue to give an update. So right now, when you look at Collab.Land, we service one persona. That persona is the mod or the community admin. And that community admin can actually set up their token gated rules. They go to what we call the command center. And in the command center, they also have the ability to install these mini apps, community-based mini apps. So that's one persona. And we focused on that because that really is that kind of core usage when it comes to Collab.Land. Now, we are expanding and we are going to be servicing another persona. And we're super excited about this. We're going to be supporting the developer persona so that third-party developers could actually use Collab.Land. And I won't go into too much detail here, but this opens up a whole new category of usage. So I'm trying to make sure that I balance this out correctly without getting into too much detail. But we're super excited about the Collab.Land SDK and how third-party developers could actually use the core engine, the rules engine, the infrastructure that Collab.Land provides that powers the Collab.Land bot on Discord. But we can break out and actually use this on different websites. So this opens up a whole new design for developers to token gate anything that they want to token gate. We have been on Telegram and on Discord, and we're committed to that, but we are slowly opening up our underlying infrastructure. So not only are we going to have this developer persona, we're going to have a developer portal that developers could actually token gate other things. And also we are going to have this ability where developers can submit their mini app. Right now, it's been a very manual process. We're moving forward to make sure that it can be automated. So super excited about that. And I will touch on this a lot more because the developer persona is also going to be tied with the member persona. So another type of user will be the end user. So everyone that actually is in a Collab.Land managed Discord server, we're going to be working on, and you'll be able to log into eventually a member portal. So we are going to have a suite of product, and we're going to lay down the foundational use. So right now we have the command center, which is for community admins. We're going to then follow that up with a developer portal for the developers. And we're also then going to open up a member portal for members. And so with all of these different portals that we have, they're all going to have separate mini app marketplaces for that persona. Super excited. And our foray into identity is the foundational piece that we're working on right now that's going to tie all of this together. And so be on the lookout. We're going to be expanding the GM pass. We are having, just to let everyone know, we're having a slight issue with that right now in terms of the Kudos mini app. That's going to get resolved quickly. We're going to take the feedback that we heard from the GM pass, and we're going to make claiming automatic. So that's something that we're working on right now. And all of this is going to be tied together. So those are future kind of main initiatives that we are working on. We are also working on some monetization. So this is going to be super exciting. We heard from the community admins features that they want that cost us infrastructure costs or can be considerable. So we're going to create this pro bot. So you'll hear about that coming up shortly. And then finally, we are going to do an upgrade because of Wallet Connect version 2 is coming out, and Wallet Connect version 1 is going to be sunset. So we are working on a upgraded Wallet Connection page that we will have Wallet Connect version 2 supported shortly. So if you are a Wallet Connect user, please make sure that your wallet that you're using to connect with Wallet Connect is version 2 compatible. So that's just some of the updates that we have internally, speaking at a high level, but you'll see a lot more engagement, and we are trying to open up our third-party marketplace to these different personas. They're all going to be linked together, and I will talk about this more when it comes to the AI plus Collab.Land research, and provide some ideas on how AI is going to touch on all of these. But we haven't implemented AI yet in these products. We're taking it step by step. But again, quick recap, the core team is working on different personas. We're working on the developer persona and the member persona. All of this is going to be tied together with our identity play. And we also have monetization features that we are pushing forward with the ProBot, and Wallet Connect version 2 is coming up shortly. You should see it as soon as maybe next week or the week after. So that's the core team updates. Happy to answer any questions that people have async in the chat, but I want to give time back to be in the rest of But thank you.
Thank you so much, James. Yeah, just to mention that again, if you guys have any questions regarding what James just talked about product updates, or if you have any other questions about anything we're talking about during the town hall, please drop them in the chat and we will get back to you as soon as we can in the chat as well. You can drop them in the state chat or in the general chat and tag us. And again, we'll get back to you with those answers. So just to quickly mention that. And thanks, James. Super excited to see and to hear about everything that's coming up for Collab.Land. So thanks for those updates. And now, let's continue and talk about our top 100 communities in token claim. We would like to share some stats and some of the latest updates regarding our top 100 communities. So first of all, I wanted to maybe have Anjali talk a little bit about the purpose of this top 100 communities distribution. Wanted to talk a little bit about that, just in case that anyone in the audience is wondering, and also to remind people why we're doing this. So maybe Anjali, can you tell us a little bit about that?
Sure. Thank you, Chivi. Yeah, if you're following along on Twitter, if you're part of crypto Twitter, NFT Twitter, you probably see our top 100 communities sharing their token allocations, sharing the wallet address that the tokens are going to go to, and sharing their actual approved proposals, which are all visible on collabland.mirror.xyz. So you can follow along with all of our top 100 communities there. Whenever we approve a proposal, we publish it, and we ask the communities themselves to put them up for transparency and for visibility, and to also tag Collab.Land and tag Optimism on Twitter. So check them out, collabland.mirror.xyz. So what is the purpose of the Collab.Land Top 100 community distribution? When we were deciding to do a token and have a token, really, what is the purpose of the token? The token was to reward contributions to Collab.Land, whether it's you as a member have used Collab.Land, whether you're a participant through being a patron of Collab.Land, if you had been an early supporter of Collab.Land back pre-October 2021, and also our top 100 communities, are really all of our communities, but our top 100 communities have done so much to promote Collab.Land and by their usage of Collab.Land, and helping us in creating and defining this product as well through relationships from support and with their admins. And so it's been a very special experience being able to work together on this community product. So our community distribution, our token distribution is going to our communities. We have 15% of the total collab token allocation going to our communities. And the reason for that is number one, to reward them and to thank them, have gratitude for their support of Collab.Land, but also to encourage them to support them during the bear market. You know, now they have these collab tokens, and now they can use these collab tokens to invigorate and support their communities. So that was the reason for the top 100 community distribution. You know, we get a lot of questions on Twitter here about this and why we did it. So I just want to have another opportunity to share that, which is, and this may not be the only one, you know, now 52 of the communities have gone through the complete token allocation process, which means 48 of them have not, and all of those tokens are coming back to the DAO. So we do have possibility in the future to reward more Collab.Land communities with tokens. But if you're following along on Twitter, check it out. The whole list is on collabland.mirror.xyz, and you'll be able to see the different ways that our communities are using our collab tokens. And this is how we're going to do it together through the bear market. So we're just very excited to see it. Thank you, Chibi, for giving me that chance.
Oh, thank you, Anjali. And I wanted to bring up some of the stats, but before then, a quick update about top 100 communities, their current state right now. I wanted to share a list with you guys, a list of the communities that are next to receive their full allocation, meaning that they're one step before that, and that step is that we send one collab token to them. They need to confirm that they received the token just to be absolutely certain that this is the wallet that they will use to receive the tokens and that it is able to receive the tokens. So just to quickly share a list of these communities, these would be Sapper, Gaming Ape Club, 3D Frankenpunks, Ben DAO, Ether Boab, Dusima DAO, TD Protocol, Angle Protocol, Project MIP, Coolman's Universe, and Kyoko. All of these communities are in the process of receiving their full token allocation, which will happen very soon. So we just wanted to keep you updated. And if you're part of any of these communities, you can be up to date and know that they will receive their token allocation very soon, and that the distribution within these communities will be happening likely within the next couple of weeks. So just wanted to share that list with you guys. And now some of the stats regarding our top 100 communities, and also some of the token claim stats. So let's go through them. As Anjali mentioned before, 52 out of the top 100 communities completed the process and were approved for a total of 74,858,974 collab tokens. Let's write that in the chat, just so that you guys can be up to date with the stats. So about 50% of the tokens are going to be sent to these communities. And as Anjali mentioned, also the unclaimed tokens returned to the DAO treasury. Let's see what else we got here. Number of DAO members. And this is for the members who claimed their DAO passes. So for those who completed the registration process in the Origami platform, you need 10 collab tokens to complete this process and to receive your DAO pass. And for those, we have 53,620 members. So that's for the DAO passes and for those who signed the charter and are DAO members in our community. And lastly, we have the number of collab holders. It recently went up to 110,315. collab holders, which is a lot of holders. I'm excited about that. So let's share those two stats as well in the chat. Wanted to share that with you guys. I think it's pretty exciting. And yeah, we're looking forward to seeing all of these DAO members in the Collab.Land Co-op, contributing and working with you guys as soon as governance starts in the Discord server. With that, that's all for our top 100 communities and token claim and some of the stats after the token claim period ended. That was last week, just a week ago. And I would like to bring up our last topic of conversation for today's town hall, and that's one of my favorites actually, community and events. So let's talk about some of the events that we had last week, some very exciting ones. And first we have Collab.Land's birthday party that we celebrated last week. It was a lot of fun, lots of fun. First, I wanted to talk about the Twitter spaces that we had to celebrate Collab.Land's birthday party. And maybe Candy, can you tell us a little bit about the Twitter spaces, a quick recap of what the spaces were about and how all of that went?
Absolutely. Thank you, Chibi. I would love to talk about the Collab.Land birthday party because it was a fabulous time last week where we did much storytelling and looking toward the future to see kind of what the hopes and future dreams for Collab.Land are. So that was a good time for sure. Some highlights from that conversation included the origin story of Collab.Land, which is has been told many times, but hearing it from both James and Anjali together at the same time was extra special for sure. And we also learned how the Collab.Land core team came together, as well as, kind of the crowdsourcing, if you will, of employees from, not just personal connections, but the greater Web3 space and how it was a great testament to the power of networking, I think, which was very inspirational. And then we talked about the evolution of branding from the simple handshake that Collab.Land used to have to the adorable full-bodied robot that we now know and love, Ace, who has been making more and more appearances on our social media, including starring in our GM tweets today. Let me post that in the chat because I just think it's super cute. Let's see, we also talked about, as I mentioned, the future of Collab.Land, where we're going, the more than just token gating messaging, because we are focusing on the marketplace and opening up, not only creating Collab.Land as a more, full service and inclusive bot for servers, but also opening it up for the community devs to build what it is they need or what, they're seeing as a need in communities. Additionally, we talked about the diverse set of communities that we serve because, kind of the really neat thing about Collab.Land is that it serves, such a varied set of communities. There's gaming, DeFi, DAOs, NFTs, investment groups, like everybody has these different needs. And so creating a product that will be a good fit for all of them is a huge task, and the marketplace makes it so it's a little bit more customizable and not a one-size-fits-all experience. So with that, if you're interested in catching up on that full Twitter Spaces, and Anjali, thank you so much for that compliment in the chat. Here's the link to the Twitter Space from last week as well. And then we have this Thursday, we're going to be talking about security again, because it's been a hot minute since we talked about Spotlight on Security during our Collab community spaces, which are on Thursdays at 1:30 p.m. Eastern or 10:30 a.m. Pacific. This week is going to be especially, I think, relevant because we saw, again this morning, another instance of a impersonator Collab.Land bot that somebody, at least one person we know so far has been the victim of. So making sure, always that we are staying safe and verifying, but also that Collab.Land is making sure that we're keeping that message on the forefront of the conversation to keep our community members safe. So that was a lot of things, but I think I got it all summarized, Chibi. And also you had karaoke, which I would love to hear about because I wasn't able to make it.
Oh, thank you so much, Candy. I also shared the Discord event for the Twitter Spaces happening again this coming Thursday at 1:30 p.m. Eastern. So if you would like to attend, you can hit the interested button and you will receive a reminder when the event is getting started. So just to mention that that's in there. And yes, karaoke. It was so much fun. We had this karaoke event last Friday at 4 p.m. Eastern. And I say this way too often, but they're just my favorite kind of events. They're so much fun. And we got a list of wonderful singers. I'm going to mention all of them because it was fantastic. We had Angeli and her daughter who has a beautiful voice. Like, you guys, we don't have a recording of this. Well, thankfully for me, but it was so beautiful. I was almost tearing up. She sang a duet with James as well, and it was such a cute song, and I was delighted. So thanks, Angeli, for bringing your daughter to the karaoke event. I think it was really beautiful. I had a great time. Thank you. We also had Danelis. I don't see her in the audience, but she sang a Spanish song, which I also love when people sing in different languages and different songs from different cultures. I think that's kind of the point of these events, to share and to share that with other people who may not have the same knowledge or know about your culture or music over there. So I think this is super fun, and I really appreciate to learn more about music all over the world. So yeah, kudos to Nelis. Again, she's not in the audience, but I personally thank her for joining. We also had Nerd. Nerd has a great singing voice, I must say. So thank you, Nerd. We had James. We had Frosty. I don't see him in the audience either, but he was fantastic as well. They sang Baby by Justin Bieber and then Oops, I Did It Again by Britney Spears. Both fantastic. We also had White Flag. Love White Flag. I don't think he's in the audience either right now, but he also had a really good song. And lastly, I sang a song too. I almost didn't do it, but the POAP, I did it for the POAP. That's where my name comes from. And since we're talking about it, I want to show you guys the two POAPs that we had for the birthday celebration. I think they're beautiful. Let me share those with you in the stage. Oh, thanks, actually. I'm sending them right now for you to take a look at. And I think they're beautiful. Aren't they beautiful? I love the sparkles. And Angeli thinks the karaoke one looks classy. I agree, and I love them. And yeah, just wanted to share that with you guys because I think they're beautiful. But yeah, I think that summarizes our third birthday celebration. And honestly, it was lots of fun. And I'm looking forward to hosting another karaoke event because it was really fun. But yeah, moving forward, we also had an event yesterday. It was a balancing in public event. So maybe for those who missed it, maybe Nerd, can you tell us about yesterday's balancing in public? What it was all about?
I would love to. And we got together yesterday, even though it was a US holiday. It's not a holiday for the world. We still got together to talk about incentives and the roles for incentivizing contributions versus the gamification or the gaming of the system that a lot of people try to do, and that thing that we call farming of incentives. We had Ayo Tunde, I see in the audience. What's up? Came on, sharing his experience and his thoughts around that, along with Oops, who was here earlier. I don't see anymore, but Oops, and we had Airtune on as well. So we had some community members coming up and talking about these things. And the kind of the gist of the conversation was, or where we arrived at, I should say, is that we that whenever someone is designing incentives, it needs to be very, very intentional about their incentive design, to make sure that you're incentivizing, what you think you're incentivizing, because with these incentives, you may not get the results you expect. Like there was talk about referral programs that Gods Unchained did, and how that basically just turned into a discount for one person if they self-referred themselves, and so that kind of, at least for that person's experience, they didn't necessarily get they didn't use the referrals to bring in new users. They just used it to get a discount on new purchases, which I don't know if that's an acceptable outcome for your organization. Then hey, that worked. But if that's not what you wanted people to do with it, then that not may not be the results that you are hoping for. And that with this intentionality about incentives, you really need to be organizations need to be flexible. There needs to be some flexibility and like willingness to pivot, because like we heard about from Oops with the Zapper. Oh my God, Zapper quests. I don't remember if they called them quests. I don't remember exactly what it was. Zapper Learn. No, not learn. Anyway, there was some Zapper thing where you used a Zapper, which earned you XP, and then you could spend that XP to mint NFTs. But then everyone farmed the crap out of those NFTs so hard that like the NFTs became useless as markers for um, rewards or any kind of any utility further down the line, just because people farmed it so hard. And so there needs to be that willingness to pivot. And I think it was a quote I heard this morning from from James Young, is like smart contracts are the exact opposite of flexibles. Like you get one opportunity to to launch it into orbit, and if it's not the way you want it to be, well, good luck trying to claw it back and fix it after everyone's already trying to use it. Uh, in addition to that, we had a poll that went up. I think it was last Friday. Um, that went up, and I'm trying to copy and paste this. I'm not sure if it's going to let me do that. Nope,
I
not
think
going
I
to let me
got
do
you.
that.
I got it.
Okay, thank you. And it was kind of interesting. So the results we got on Twitter is that people felt incentives fuel real engagement, or at least the majority did. Actually, that's not a majority. A plurality. We're getting into some governance talks here. A plurality felt that it fueled real engagement, but that was not the opinion of the people that came on our discussion and we're talking. I think the opinions of those people that came on and what we were talking about was that it really, really depends on the design of the incentives. It can fuel real engagement, or it can end up just promoting farming. And so that intentionality is super important about designing incentives. But it was a really great conversation, and thanks for coming out to those of you that did, and we'll be having more of those in the future.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Nerd. And thank you to everyone who joined the panel. I think it was a very interesting conversation. Maybe not the easiest one to have because it's a difficult topic, but very insightful for sure. And thank you, Nerd, for doing a fantastic job at hosting those balancing in public events. Yeah, I think they're always very interesting, and it's always great to read what people have to say about them. So, looking forward to having more of those. I think they're great. All right, and that was for balancing in public. Quick recap brought to us by Nerd. Thanks, Nerd, again. And now I wanted to quickly mention DevRel office hours, and let's share the link for this event happening tomorrow. We have shared these reminders before, but just the last reminder, we used to have DevRel office hours on Thursdays, but now they are moved to Wednesdays. So every Wednesday, we have either CTO office hours or DevRel office hours. They are alternating on a weekly basis, but they're both at the same time. Thank you, Nerd, for sharing the link. I see it in the stage chat. If you guys are interested, you can hit the interested button or RSVP with the search bot, as Nerd is mentioning. And this is on Wednesdays at 10:30 a.m. Eastern. So just to quickly mention that, remind you guys about the schedule change. And this week we're having Kenny as usual. Love having Kenny host these events. I think he's fantastic and does a great job at walking us through the topics. But he's having a special guest this week, and that would be Kita. He used to be an intern for Collab.Land, and he is now a full-time Collab.Land member. So that's very exciting. You will get to meet him tomorrow, and we're going to have some demos as well during our DevRel office hours. So you are all invited. If you are a dev or are interested in these kind of events or conversations, or you want to know what they're about, you're welcome to join. I'm not a dev, and I love attending to this because I find them very interesting, and I get to learn a thing or two. So you're all invited. Hooray for Kita, indeed. So that's for DevRel office hours happening tomorrow at 10:30 a.m. Eastern. And all right, we have two more events that I would like to bring up. First one is Collab.Land Plays with Pull Together, happening very soon. So maybe Nerd, what can you tell us about Collab.Land Plays with Pull Together, and how can people join?
Yeah, I'd love to. I just wanted to get those emojis out. We've got the king of the collab, the one that we did before, the first iteration of this collaboration with Pull Together for gaming is up on Twitter. So if y'all want, you can go check out that link I just posted in the stage chat and just check out kind of what is this game, how does this work, like what happened. You can follow that thread. Give it a like while you're there. I would super appreciate it. Give it a comment even. I don't know if you guys knew this. Comments are worth like 10 times as much as likes on Twitter. Like comments, super important. So give it a comment. Appreciate it. But the upcoming event is this coming Sunday, so June 4th. This Sunday. We're going to be playing again with Pull Together, this time in their server, with the same prizes, 30,000 of Pull Together delegation boosts, Collab.Land stickers and pins available for prizes. Intrepid, I think James and Andy Kaufman were on the winning team. The Counts of the East were the winning team last time. Make sure we'll drop an emoji for the Counts in the chat. And it's super fun just getting to role play and talk and read these things, and basically it's a choose your own adventure story. Exactly, Vinod. Sunday. Super fun. Hope to see y'all there. It's going to be at 9:30 a.m. Pacific time. No, 9 a.m. Pacific time. So kind of early on a Sunday if you're on the west coast of the U.S. But if you're in Europe, that's a great time for you. And Asia, that's probably a better time for you than 1 p.m. Pacific, which is what it was before. So we have the Sesh event where you can RSVP as well. That I just dropped. Oh my God. the stage chat as well, so you can get some reminders for that. It's going to be really fun. I definitely recommend it. It's something that we're looking at continuing in the server, and there's some possible ideas floating of like keeping it going, keeping the factions going in between games. So like the Counts of the East, the what was it, Barons of the March, and I think the Grandees of the South. Grandees forever. Grandees forever. Let's drop a flag for the Grandees. Grandees for life. They're the homies. And just keep the fun going in the server, because it was really fun. We're looking at doing it kind of like monthly right now. We're partnering with some external organizations. So if you have an external community that would love to play with us, reach out, let me know, because I guess I'm kind of running this. And once we get big enough, we'd love to move to the Collab.Land Twitch channel and play on there. But the stickers are for prizes. Pull together delegations are for prizes. If you want to find out more about what the heck is King of the Castle, we have the King of the Castle FAQ. We have an FAQ link that you can follow and read about. In addition to, again, you can check out that Twitter link, which has kind of a summary of the event. And I will stop at this point. Suffice to say that it is, well, I don't know, James, Chibi, Anjali, was it fun?
It was so much fun. I can't wait. And Nerd had told me ahead of time that it's not very difficult, so don't be intimidated. And I have never played any sort of like digital online role playing game before. And I will tell you, even for a total noob, it was a lot of fun. So definitely check it out if you're interested, even kind of thinking like, do I want to try something like this? It's a lot of fun. Give it a try. If you don't like it, you can always drop away. But it's a great way to meet other people. We have a lot of fun chatting and talking and doing voices. Nerd doesn't, as you can tell from even his voices on Town Hall, he does voices, but he also inspired us to also do some voices. And my voice was more of a Dracula voice, but so it doesn't have to stay on theme or anything like that. It's just a really fun way to get to know other people that are in the community. And try something different. So I highly recommend it.
I agree. It was lots of fun, and I cannot do the voices thing. I tried. I don't really do well with those, but it was tons of fun. I agree. And I also didn't have any experience with the game or playing any similar games. And it was fun. It was lots of fun. Nerd did do a great job at giving the instructions and explaining. And yeah, you are all welcome to join the next edition. I am so ready. Like I didn't know how to vote well, but I do now, and I am prepared for chaos. Just gonna say for you, Nerd, to prepare.
Ready for me to hit you with the Uno reverse
Oh
voting
my
again?
god. Oh my god,
Reverse
not
voting
that.
is evil. Reverse voting is evil.
So evil. And you knew what you were doing, but you
What?
yeah.
I would never do that.
Oh my god. Just letting you know that I'm prepared for it. Yes. Thank you, Nerd, for sharing all of that information. You guys can find the event in the stage chat if you want to hit the interested button. All the information is in there. And I'm really looking forward to it. I think it's gonna be lots of fun. Okay. I am just taking a look at the time, and I think this is a good one to share the POAP secret phrase for today's POAP. So let's get to that before we continue. We only have one more event recap to share, but let's do the POAP first, since we've got you all here. So, in order to claim today's POAP, we're going to be using the POAP mini app. All you need to do is to use /POAP claim. You can write it in the state chat or in the general chat, /POAP claim, and that's going to ask you for a secret phrase, a claim phrase, it's called. And you are going to write down collab delegate, all lowercase with no spaces in between. Collab delegate is the secret phrase to claim the POAP. Once that you write it down, you can hit enter and you will receive a claim code for you to claim your POAP. Please give it a try. Let us know if it worked. Again, the secret phrase is collab delegate. I just got my code, which is always exciting. But please let us know. We can repeat the secret word. If you need to listen to it again, please let us know in the chat. We ask you to please not share the secret word in the chats because that's against POAP policies and we don't want to do that. But we can repeat the secret word if you need to listen to it again. Just let us know. Wow, Town Hall 14. Look at us go. And I just claimed my POAP. Awesome. One more time, just in case. The secret phrase to claim the POAP is collab delegate. Alright, and let's now talk. I know that we are at the end of the hour, but I wanted to lastly bring up our media team meetups. So for this, I am Anjali. Can you tell us a little bit about our media team meetups? Maybe a quick recap of our last meetup and
Sure.
an invitation for everyone to join the next one.
Well, I see we only have 3 minutes left. I really want to make an effort to stay on time. Thank you so much, Chibi. I'll be really quick. So we meet every single Friday at 12:30 p.m. EST or EDT. Please, if you're interested in media or anything around media, come join us. We do it in voice chat so everyone can just mute and unmute themselves and join in the conversation. The purpose of the meetups is to share information with people that are interested, part of the Collab.Land community that's interested in media, and also for us to support you in any of your media endeavors. Like if you have a podcast, if you want to do a Twitter Spaces, if you want to write an article, you have a blog, any way you're interested in, we're happy to help you as well. Last week's media meetup highlights were we shared all the facts that Chibi shared actually about Collab.Land, how many holders we have, how many people are in the DAO, how many new communities we have, how many new wallet connections we have, how many new members we have. So we shared that last week. But usually if we're not sharing information about Collab.Land, which we did specifically last week because it was our 3rd birthday, so that was a great way to share some of our latest stats for our 3rd birthday, but we usually share like what tokens are on top, what chains are on top, who's growing the fastest, stuff like that. So things that we see on the Collab.Land end that might be interesting for the larger community at hand. We're also talking about merch. Collab.Land's going to have some merch, t-shirts, towels, water bottles, socks. I know we did a little poll in the server a while ago, and so we took all the winning items from the poll and we are moving forward with doing a little merch shop. We're working with metamerch.store. His name is Ariane. He's also a Collab.Land DAO member, a community member, and we found him through the media team. So now we're going to be working with him, a media team member, to create a little merch store where they can ship all over the world and keep it very affordable compared to really other merch in the crypto space. We want it to be affordable, accessible for everybody who wants to represent Collab.Land, wants to share that they're a part of Collab.Land anywhere they are, anywhere around the world. Next, I wanted to briefly mention that there are 2 conferences that I will be at. Starting the week of June 5th, I'm traveling and I'll be returning June 12th. So from the week of June 5th to June 12th, I'll be in Lisbon for NFC Lisbon. I have a couple of tickets left for NFC Lisbon. So if you're around that area and you want to join, let me know. Ping me or ping Chibi. I have a couple of tickets left. So already gave away 2 tickets to members of our community. I have 2 more. If anyone's interested in joining those communities, let me know. And then I'll also be speaking at ETH Prague. I don't have any tickets for ETH Prague, unfortunately, but I don't believe it's a high-priced conference, so definitely check it out. ETH Prague on Twitter or their website. I'll be speaking there as well. So yeah, come on down, and especially if you're NFC Lisbon, we might even have a booth. So if there's a booth, I'd love to see you there. Also, our public calendar, if you're in the media team channel, and in order to get access to the media team channel, you're going to want to grab a media team role, which you're going to get in #get-roles channel. You can grab a media team role, then you're going to be able to hop into the media team channel and have access to our public calendar. And then you'll see what's coming up. Really, you'll get to see everything that's happened since we started putting out a public calendar, which was in February. You'll get to see all of our announcements that we've made, all the events that we've had so far since February, and then we keep that up to date. So definitely you'll be able to see if you're interested in anything, if you want to join anything. We're pretty consistent with our calendar. And also our pinned tweet on Twitter, which is at collab_land_. We keep our calendar there as well, so you can check that out. But that's just a weekly calendar. If you want our entire scope of our whole calendar and events, check it out in Media Team channel. It's pinned there. Also, if you are on Twitter, drop your Twitter handle in the Media Team channel. I'd love to follow you. I'd love to for you to follow me back. We can, be friends on Twitter too. I'd love that. And I'd love the whole Media Team to get together and connect on Twitter as well. I already mentioned podcast, newsletter, blog. If you have a YouTube channel, any way that we can support you or you can support us, let's all work together on this. This Collab.Land Co-op is really all of us together now. Also, we do a Collab.Land Asks question to the community on Twitter every Friday. If you have any ideas or suggestions for that, pop it in. And then that's it. Just want to remind everybody, it's every Friday, 12:30 Eastern. Join us in the voice channel. Thank you, Chibi.
Thank you so much, Anjali. And lastly, if you are part of a community that would like to host an event with us at Collab.Land, please reach out. We would love that. It's just super fun. An example would be Collab.Land Plays with the Pull Together community. It's been lots of fun, and we would love to keep doing that. So if you have any ideas, please reach out. We would really love to do that. And that's it for the topics for our town hall of today. I wanted to mention the secret phrase again, just in case that anyone missed it. I think that there was someone asking in the chat who was able to claim, but just in case, the secret word to claim the POAP or today's town hall, once again, is collab delegate. All lowercase and with no spaces in between. Collab delegate. And you will need to use the POAP mini app. So that would be /POAP claim. That would be the command. Again, /POAP claim. Then you enter collab delegate, a secret word. Hit enter and you should receive your code to claim today's POAP. So with that, wow, thank you all so much for joining. There's a couple very last reminders that we wanted to share with you guys. Maybe Anjali, what are some of those reminders?
Sure, I'll be super quick. Reminder, we have a community admin channel for our community admins to get together and share best practices. Also, we have a mini app suggestions channel. So if you're a community admin that wants more features, and you could pop them in the mini app channel. We have some devs there that are looking and kind of getting ideas too. Also, we have our AI Collab.Land research team meetup that happens on Monday, June 5th at 12:30 Eastern. We alternate that with Balancing in Public. So we had Balancing in Public this Monday. Next Monday, we're going to have our AI research team. So I think James mentioned earlier in the town hall that he's going to be talking about how he's going to be using AI to build a front end for the token, something around the token. So check it out on Monday. And then we have CTO DevRel office hours. That is on Wednesdays at 10:30 a.m. Eastern. And those alternate either CTO office hour or DevRel office hour. Last week we had CTO office hour. So this week we're going to have DevRel office hour. Come on down and check it out. Yeah, and then we have town halls on Tuesdays, which is now. And those are the reminders for the activities coming up. Oh, and of course we have Collab.Land Plays on Sunday. Gosh, we have a bunch of stuff.
Yes, we do, and I love it. Thank you, Angeli, for those reminders. Lastly, you're all welcome to join us on Tuesdays for our town halls. You can find the recordings for this event and other events in our recordings post here in the Discord. So let's link that real quick in the stage chat. There we go. You can find the recordings for Collab.Land's events in the recordings post and also in our YouTube channel. Again, thank you so much for joining today's town hall. Please stay tuned to our events and our announcements channels if you want to be up to date with any exciting news happening in the Collab.Land ecosystem. Thanks, Anjali, James, Nerd, and Candy for joining the panel today. It's been fantastic having you guys.
Thank you, Chibi. Oh, can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Thank you so much, Chibi. You always do an amazing job hosting Town Hall, and I just don't want another day to go by before I get to say that. So thank you so much, Chibi. And thank you for everybody in the audience that came to join us on Town Hall. This really is a group effort moving forward, and we're just really thankful to have you all here. So thank you.
Thank you so much. Always super happy to host town halls on Tuesdays, and we will see you all next time. Bye bye.